Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me mute my phone. I thought I muted, but it went off right before I went live. So, good morning. Today is Wednesday, May the 31st, y'all. It is the end of the month. Oh my goodness. Tomorrow begins June 1st. Can y'all believe that? Wow. Well, welcome. You are watching layout number 52, page number 2, using the Let's Go Fishing Suite designer series paper. The designer series paper from the suite is what I meant to say. If you missed last week's layout, here it is. If you want to go back and watch last week's replay, you can go back and watch last week's replay as well. But today we're going to be finishing up this particular layout. I wanted to do a masculine layout since it is so close to Father's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Later next month is Father's Day. So I wanted to get a layout out of the way. That way, when you're taking pictures, if you're a scrapbooker, you have a layout already ready to go to put your pictures on and put them in your album. So, yes, we're going to be doing page number 2. I'm going to do the drawing at the end of the demonstration. So, anybody that watched last week's video, commented, or shared, you're entered into that drawing. And I've got my prize right here next to me. So, let's go ahead and get started with page 2. I will need page 1 temporarily to line up a couple of my pieces. And I think you can tell which ones I'm already going to line up. It's going to be this one and that one. So I hope everybody's doing great wherever you are. Just going to put some glue. Oops, that was kind of yucky. Take that dried glue off of there. There we go. I hope everybody's doing great wherever you are. Hope everybody's ready for the month of June. This video, by the way, is pre-recorded, so it appears that I'm live, but I'm not really live. It's more like a premiere. All right, so we're going to get this piece of designer series paper lined up along the bottom and see if I can get it edge to edge, and then I'll get it down. By the way, this strip down here, it's the same size as page number 1, and I know it's 12 inches long, and I believe it's an inch. Yep, it's a 1 by 12 piece of designer series paper. So every Wednesday, I bring to you pre-recorded 12 by 12 layouts, depending on what designer series paper we're using or what suite we're using. And this one is the Let's Go Fishing. All right, so we're going to put this one on. I'm going to use some glue on this one as well. I am here to just give you some inspiration, show you what you can do with your Stampin' Up! Products. Stampin' Up! Doesn't have a true line of scrapbooking products, but there are some items. Let me make sure my fish are going, they're upside up like they're supposed to be. But you can still scrapbook, believe it or not. And I am here to show you how you can use our products to scrapbook, give you some ideas and some tips. All right, I'm going to line up the left side of this, and I am just going to assume that it's going to be straight going across my page. It looks straight, but I can't adjust it if it's not. So if it ends up being crooked, it's just going to have to be crooked, okay? By the way, this is also a 1-inch strip, but this one is, let me get my larger ruler. This one is an 8-inch strip, okay? So this is 1 by 8. I'll put the measurements in the supply list as well. So don't worry about that if you aren't writing them down. And I don't go back and edit any of my videos, so it's just best to look at the supply list. I do have this strip of Misty Moonlight paper, and this piece is 11 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. And what I've done with this piece is I have embossed it with the 3D rope embossing folder. Now, if you notice, our 3D embossing folder, it only goes so far, and this is an 11-inch strip. So what I did is I embossed half of it, and then I just flipped it around and embossed the other half, and you can barely tell, like just barely, where the overlap was. I think I lined it up as best I could. We're going to put that piece down next. So let me move this out of the way. I'm going to scooch this over. We're going to put this piece right here, but you know what? I probably should have put this piece down first, but that's okay. Let me see how much I need to take off. Oh, it's kind of odd. It's an odd number. And I'm looking at this sideways. I can't tell. I can't put it up underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it down, and I'm just going to snip off from the top. We'll just do that. Okay. So let me not put adhesive. Let me start right there. I'm going to get some glue. I like using our all-purpose glue because it does help when it comes to being able to kind of move things into place, as opposed to just using our seal, which when you put that down, it's pretty much down. Okay, so let me line this up, and I am lining it up along the bottom of this and also the side of this piece of designer series paper, so it looks like it's a full piece. Now, before I do that, I do have another small piece, and this one is, before I go pushing all that down, this one is also an inch tall by 1.5 inches wide. And let me get some glue on this one. I could still put this on afterwards and just trim off the edge, but since I'm already right here and that piece isn't all the way down, I'm just going to slide. Let me make sure my fish are going in the right direction. I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler too. So let me bring this down a little bit so I can see the bottom of my DSP. So I can line this up a little bit. And I am putting this more to the right, so it's on the edge of my paper. I just brought my ruler out and bumped it up against this piece so that I would make sure that it's at least in line straight with this other piece of fish there. And then I'm going to smooth that out. If you don't want to worry about two different pieces, then just cut a 1 by 12-inch piece and put that on first, and then put this piece on over it, and then you don't have to worry. But if you like saving paper here and there, it just looks, it's an illusion. So that'll work too. All right. And then I'm just going to trim off with my pepper snips. Going to trim off the top here, and hopefully it's okay. There we go. All right. All right, now I have some mats that I need to put down, and I've got some mats that we're going to put along this little edge here. And let me just space them out. We're going to put these up. We're going to put the top one and the bottom one up with some dimensionals. So let's get some dimensionals on the back. By the way, when you're cutting paper, as the cardstock goes into the trimmer and the trimmer blade is cutting down, it's pushing the paper down. So sometimes you might see me when I flip a piece of cardstock over to put some dimensionals on it, you might see me actually do this number like this. And what I'm doing is you can feel which is the smooth side of your cardstock versus the rough side. And so when you're putting it down, either if you're doing a project or a card or your scrapbook page, you want to make sure you're putting the smooth side on up. So you put your dimensionals and your adhesive on the rough side, and you can feel it. There's a little bitty lip. Like, you just have to feel it. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go cut yourself a piece of cardstock, just like a scrap piece, and then feel the difference between the smooth side and the back side, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's just a little tip. All right, so we're going to pop that up, and let me go ahead and pop the bottom one up as well. Yeah, it's just a quick little go like that, and then you'll be able to know if you're putting your adhesive on the rough side, basically. Just give it an even finish to the projects that you're working on. Okay, so let's get this one down. And then this one is going to go, by the way, these should be 3x3s. Yeah, this is 3x3, very vanilla. And this also is a 3x3 of designer series paper. Okay, so we're going to put that down. And then this piece is very vanilla. And this is 2.5 by 2.5. So I wanted to go a little, I wanted to, instead of the normal 1/4 inch difference in the mat size, I wanted to take it down a little bit more so that you could see a little bit more of this designer series paper. And this box is still big enough for a decent sized picture, or you could turn this into a little journaling mat if you wanted to do that. Okay, so we're just going to put this down right here. Plus, I wanted to be able to put another piece of the designer series paper that I used on page 1 to help balance out the DSP. Okay. And then last, we have a couple of more mats. We've got a smaller mat that we're going to put up there. And then we have another mat that we're going to put down here to help fill up this large space. I wanted to keep this second layout just a little bit more simple. Just because. No rhyme or reason, just because. So I didn't do anything, although I do have an extra piece of rope here that I thought about using. What did I do with it? Nope, that's not it. I did have a piece of rope that I thought about using on here, but now I don't know what I did with it. I'm sure it's right in front of me. Oh, here it is. There we go. I struggled with what do I do with this? And then I was like, do I even need another piece of rope on this other side of the page? And I want to put it, but I could not figure out how to incorporate it in with, I hear kittens meowing. By the way, the kittens have decided to figure out how to come downstairs via the stairs. I think that's straight. Yeah, looks straight. So, hope I don't get a surprise with a kitten. And I knew that was going to happen. My adhesive is like gone. So I hear meowing a little bit closer. So I already had one ready to go. And we just pop them back in there. You line those things up on the inside, and then just put your other half of your case back on. There we go. And before you know it, you're back in business. Super, super easy. I like using Seal Plus just because. All right. So, oh, by the way, let me give you the measurements for this mat up here. I believe the Misty Moonlight mat is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And so the Very Vanilla is 1/4 inch shorter. So the Very Vanilla piece is 3 by 5. So that's a decent size landscape picture. This one should be another 4 by 6. And yep, there's a kitten. There is a kitten. I see kitten. This Misty Moonlight is a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And so the Very Vanilla piece on the inside is 4 by 6. Okay. I couldn't tell who that was. It looked like Benjamin. Benji. All right, y'all might see a kitten. See if it comes over here. I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And because this is a big mat, I'm going to put a dimensional in the middle. Hey, buddy. Yep, they're exploring. One of them made his way all the way down the stairs. You want to see a kitty cat? Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Baba. Where are you, Babas? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I didn't see where he went. He went somewhere. Benji. By the way, those of you that might be watching that are new. Oh, here he is. Hi, Baba. Come here. Hi. Oh, there's Jerry. Hi, Daddy. Come here. Hi, come here. You want to say hi? Here, let me move this out of the way so you can say hi. All right. Oh, my goodness, this cat farted. Goodness. Hoo-wee. He passed gas as soon as I brought him up here. Oh my goodness. Look at the camera. Say hi. Hi. Big boy I am. Oop, you got dirty booty. P.U. So this is Benji. One half of Ben and Jerry. I did name him Ben and Jerry. All right, let's get down. Where's your Baba? Oh, hey, Jerry. Come here, Baba. Come here. Come here. Let's show. Come here. Come here. Come here. And this is Jerry. He's a little bit lighter. He's a little bit lighter. Hi, Daddy. Come here. All right, let's show your pretty face. Let's show your pretty face. Oh, look what you got on whiskers. You got something on your whiskers. Where's your Bubba? Y'all are brave. You came down the stairs all by yourself. Good job. Okay, so I'm really hoping that they do not jump on my legs because I have shorts on. I have shorts on, but those are my babies. Yes, I still have my babies. Oh, they found Archie, so maybe he'll keep them company for a little while. I know they're hungry because it is early in the morning and I'm pre-recording this. So yeah, I'm pre-recording this. I have no idea what to do with this piece. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone instead of trying to figure out something. I will tell you though that I did think about doing something along the lines on here. just to put something on this page. And I'll tell you, I've got a sample of something that I was working on over here that I'm not going to be working on, but you can take our the alphabet dies that we have using our foam adhesive sheets, because these are foam adhesive sheets that help pop these up. This is the really rough sample of something that I was working on, but you can definitely take, I'm not going to put these like down, but if you wanted to put something along, I'm just taking them off of here just to give you an idea, but you can definitely take these letters and yeah, totally ripped them off this other project, but that's okay because I'm not using this other project after all. But you can definitely use these letters. I'm just lightly tacking them down. I'm not going to leave them on there, but it's just to give you an idea of what you can do with some die cut letters that we have and our foam adhesive sheets. So if you wanted to put like the family name, or you wanted to put, Father's Day 2023, you could do something right there. Or maybe your dad's name or grandfather's name or somebody's name that that you would like to have on your layout. So keep in mind, we do have our alphabet dies. I don't remember what the name of it is, but they're in the supply list. And you can use a coordinating color. If you wanted to break up the misty moonlight, you could use Night of Navy. And you could also use Pebbled Path, because Pebbled Path is the base cardstock that we're using. By the way, this 12 by 12 you can only get in the 2023 to 2025 in color assortment package. So if you're looking for good 12 by 12 paper, don't forget we have assortment packages that are available in color, neutrals, brights, subtles, regals, and then all 10 of our in colors. And the kittens are going wild underneath my desk. I don't know if y'all can hear them. So I'm going to take these letters off. That was just to give you an example of what you can do in this area to kind of help fill it in a little bit. So let me pull this up just a little bit. Don't mind the mess over to the right. All I want to do is try to, hold on, babies. I'm almost done. I know. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let me see if I can move some of this over. Yeah, I've got a lot of extra scraps that are kind of taking up some residence over here. I have no idea what they're getting into, but they found a bag or something. All right, so let me pull this back this way and bring back page number 1 so we can put both of these together and you can see what's going on here. So there you go. There you go. All right, that is layout number 52, page number 1, using, no, don't jump on me, please. Please do not jump on me. That will hurt so much. Yeah. I don't have any balls for them to play with either while they're down here. So I'm really hoping this cat does not jump on me. Oh my goodness. All right, let me wrap this up. Here is layout number 52, page number 2, and this is actually the complete layout. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Hold on, Daddy. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You want to sit in my lap? Please do not jump on me. Come here. Let's do a drawing. Oh, goodness. Come here. Sit on my lap. You can sit on my lap, or you want to go across the you want to go across the, come on. I got to do a drawing. Okay? Let's do a drawing. All right, let me do some shuffling, you guys, while I'm holding this kitten. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Thank you for everybody that watched and commented and liked and shared last week's video, whether you were watching from Facebook or YouTube. So what's the prize? Let's see. I have some extra packages of some sponge daubers. This is a package of 5. Sponge daubers come in really, really handy if you've not used sponge daubers before. I got a kitten here. So with sponge daubers, what you can do, they're the perfect size for your fingers, so you can distress the edges of your cardstock, give a little shadow. You can also do some shading with them. There's several things that you can do. Please don't jump. Don't jump, okay? I know. It's exciting up here, huh? It's exciting. Okay, go find your Bubba. Go find your Bubba. Mama's almost done, okay? Anyway, sponge daubers come in handy. When you're using these, I would suggest using, one color for every color that you use. So that just keeps, the color from blending with other colors. So you can never have too many sponge daubers. I will tell you that right now. I will also tell you they don't last forever. So if you're really, really rough, and let me show you how to use these. So if somebody wins this and you don't know how to use them, let me see. Got a scratch piece of some very vanilla here. All you do is whatever finger you're comfortable with using, you just stick your finger in there. You want to dab. You want to dab this in your ink. So once this is open, you'll just dab it, a little or a lot, depending on how much you want. And then what you'll do is you just do this number along the edge. You don't want to be too rough, because when you're rough, what's happening is the edge of this cardstock is micro cutting, I guess you can say, the sponge part of this. So when you're really, really rough, or you're going like this, that reduces the length of the life of your sponge dauber. So you want to be gentle, and depending on how much you go around the edges depends on how much shading that you can do. You can also just daub like a background. If you wanted like a shadow background, you can daub it. You don't want to be too harsh with these, because you will get the imprint of the circle. So you want to kind of blend. You can also do your blending with this. It's an alternative it's a cheaper alternative than our blending brushes. So there's several things that you can do with that. And we're going to give away a package of these sponge daubers. And let me do a couple of more shuffles, and then we will spin. And good luck to everyone. Who's it going to be? It's Marianne Sanders. And if you notice, it was her share. So what happens is, for those of you that might be watching for the first time or watching the replay, when you share a video, when you share any of my videos, your name gets entered twice on the wheel. So you actually have, I have kittens at my feet. You actually have an extra entry onto the wheel for a better chance, obviously, of winning the prize, but also sharing obviously helps me when it comes to showing the video to more people. So when you show it to your friends and family, obviously we have more people that join our lives, which, is awesome when it comes to being able to spread help spread the creativity and the ideas out there. And so for that, I appreciate it because it does help me when it comes to video views and interactions and things like that. So it's all about algorithm stuff, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. So anyway, I appreciate it. And every single week I do give prize drawings for my videos on Sunday. The prizes are usually whatever I'm making. So if you missed last week's video, you're more than welcome to go back and watch it. I'll be doing that drawing this next week. So there's still time to go back and watch this past Sunday's video, which I unboxed the latest birthday kit from Stampin' Up, the confetti birthday kit. It made 9 cards, had some cute coordinating envelopes. They're actually shaker cards. So if you're interested in learning how to put together a shaker card and it's part of a kit, then you'll want to go back and watch last week's video. But let me stop sharing this. I know, I'm almost done. I promise, I promise. All right, so I try to keep my videos, also these videos, to at least 30 minutes, and I'm a little bit over. So I know, I'm done. I'm done. I'm signing off, okay? Give me like 1 minute, and you can follow me to the kitchen. Yeah, you can follow me to the kitchen. So by the way, Benji, he's having a rough time learning how to eat wet food and crunchy food, and he is still on the bottle. So he's still my bottle baby. And so I've had these babies since they were just a couple of days old. Jerry is like, he's got it down. Once I put some wet food down, that gives me a chance to feed him and then also focus on Benji. And so it's time to eat. Even though it's early in the morning, it's time to eat because I feed them before I go to bed. So that way they're good to go until breakfast in the morning. They're old enough now where I don't have to feed them every 2 or 3 hours. They're about 6 to 7 weeks old. I got them in the middle of April. So yeah, they're growing up, but this one's just having a hard time getting rid of that bottle. So I know there's babies out there that just don't want to give up the bottle. It happens in the kitten world as well, just so you know. So thank you everybody for joining me this morning. Have a great day wherever you're at. Make sure to visit the event details for some awesome current promotion links, as well as tomorrow it's May 31st, and there's still technically the May host code where you can get the second half of the month kit. So we got one more day. Let me just show you real quick. We got one more day where you can earn this class kit free in the mail with your order of $35 or more. This is enough supplies to make 2 each of these cards using the Cheerful Daisies bundle. And I know on the pictures last week, this particular card looked like it was black and white, but it's not. It was monochromatic using pebbled path. So that's why that looks that way. But it's a free kit in the mail, and your order $50 or more, you get a free package of the in color dots that I used on here. So everything is cut for you, die cut for you. Oh, they found the trash can. Anything embossed, punched. The only thing I don't do is the die cutting or stamping that's associated with the actual bundle. So if you want to complete these cards as designed, you do need to have the Cheerful Daisies bundle. And it will also come with envelopes. There'll be a full color PDF tutorial and a QR code where you can access that online. And there'll also be a link to the video that I used when I put these together. So if you're a visual person, you can go back and reference that video. But that is the class kit mail, and the deadline is today, technically. So any orders that I received today will get that particular class kit. And then in June, the class kit will be something completely different. And because it is Father's Day and I just completed my Mega Masculine class, I am going to be choosing 4 of those cards or 6 of those cards in order to use for next month. So next month is also going to be using this paper because we're going to be celebrating Father's Day, and I want to put some a mini masculine card class out there. So just keep a lookout for my email list. My newsletter will be going out tomorrow. We've got a designer series paper sale coming up. We have a kit special coming up, and you don't want to miss it. So if you're not already on my email list, you'll want to make sure, man, these kittens, you'll want to make sure that you sign up for my email list, and that link will also be in the description as well. So anyway, have a great day, you guys. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. Oh, by the way, I wanted to share something really exciting. If you don't follow me on my regular Facebook page, back in March, I will say this really, really quick, and then I'm going to go. Back in March, I had signed up with Be My Eyes, and it's an app where you can, give your contact information, and specifically your phone number. You can sign up, and this app helps blind people when they need help. And so you never know when you're going to get a call because there's so many people that are signed up to help, and it can be a call from anywhere in the world, like literally anywhere in the world. And depending on when you can accept calls, it could be at any time. Well, early this afternoon, a notification came on my phone, and it was a weird kind of ringtone that I hadn't heard before. And so I looked at my phone real quick, and I noticed on there it said that someone's trying to contact me from Be My Eyes. And I was like, oh my God. So I muted my computer because I was listening to a YouTube channel that I follow. And so I muted that and I answered the phone. And long story short, it was a guy from the United Kingdom, and he wanted to make some frozen pastries. But obviously, because he's blind, he couldn't read the instructions on how to prepare them. And so with his phone, all I see when you answer the phone is you see them, and he had his pastry box, and he was showing me, the pastry box. And I said, you'll have to move it over a little bit. That way we can get to the instructions. And, we zoomed into the instructions so I could read it. And I was able to tell him every single step that needed to be done when it came to what he needed to preheat the oven to, which, by the way, the UK instructions on a pastry box are a little bit different than here in the United States. And so, but he understood what I was reading. But anyway, so he was able to figure out the temperature he needed to bake them at. He was able to figure out how long they needed to bake. He was able to figure out that he needed to poke the center of them with a fork to let some of the steam out so that it wouldn't explode in his oven, and then how to do the icing at the end. And the whole call lasted, maybe about 6 or 7 minutes, but it was such a neat experience in order to help somebody that was blind, do what they wanted to do. I mean, they're independent. They live alone, or they are still trying to function on their own. They just need a little bit of help. And so, oh my gosh, my heart was just racing when I got the call, because that was my very first call. And like I said, I've been signed up since like the beginning of March. So it took, almost 3 months in order to get my first call. And it ended up being somebody that was clear across the other side of the world. And it was funny because he said, now your accent he goes, it doesn't sound like you're from this side of the pond. It sounds like you're from the other side of the pond. And I said, yes, sir. I said, I'm from San Antonio, Texas. And so he chit chatted a little bit about the weather, and I just told him, good luck with his pastry, and I hope that it turns out well. And he thanked me, and then that was it. So I wanted to share that because that was something super exciting that happened to me today. And for those of you that know me, I know it's already 40 minutes. The kittens have calmed down a little bit. But anyway, I like to do whatever I can do to help people, and you don't have to be there physically to help people. There are ways to help people through, your apps. And so I don't remember how I came across this, but somehow I did back in March. And I was like, oh, that sounds like something super cool. And I signed up, gave my name, my phone number, turned on my notifications, and here we are. I finally got my first phone call. Now, I don't know when I'll get my next one or what else, but anyway, that was something exciting, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you're interested in, I don't know what just happened there, but I think it went out, but it came back. But if you're interested in that, I'm going to also put that link in the video description as well. So if you're interested, or you have somebody that's interested, that wants to sign up and be part of the waiting list, I encourage you to do something, pay it forward somehow. I think sometimes we take our sight for granted. And so whatever we can do to help, I am all for it. So anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna go feed some kittens, and just make sure to check out the supply list for the measurements in case you missed it. And it'll also have the complete supply list for pages 1 and 2. I did change that a couple of layouts ago, where I'm just doing one tutorial for both of the pages, so everything's put together, as opposed to when I was doing them separate. So I hope that's easier for you guys that follow the scrapbook page layouts. And other than that, I will see you all Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And what we'll be doing is the kit for the first half of the month of June. So I hope you guys can join me. Like I said, have a great day. Check on your elderly neighbors, and we will see you later. Bye.